Hi everybody, Live Truth Seeking. So we've got this guy on YouTube, you've probably heard of him, Charlie Veitch. Does a lot of videos on going around different places, different towns and cities across England. And he films a lot of protests. Now, he is very on the spectrum that of the right and left wing side. He's very right wing. What I find interesting about Charlie Veitch is the fact that he used to be his views were very different. He was classed himself as a conspiracy theorist. He believed that the 9/11 attack was fake, and then he changed his views, and now he thinks it's real. Oh yeah, he's told to think that it's real, and that Israel or the Middle Eastern nation that the Star of David nation is very much for the Star of David nation. He supports the Zionism. He's against the Gaza side, but what he's still pushing the left-right paradigm, and he's trying to convince people that it's real. I think he is an agent, a paid-for agent. I think he always has been, even when he was saying, when in his, about 10, 15 years ago, whatever he claims, that when he claims that he was a conspiracy theorist and he was a liberal and all that, he's always pushed that left-right paradigm. And what he's done is he is manipulating the mind to believe that that's real. And what has happened over the last 5 years, we've gone from now this free PALE Astein march is also part of the agenda. There are paid agents on both sides of the spectrum. This is what people don't understand. And it's even been known that there's some agents from Antifa and Stop Oil that are part of the free PALE Stein march as well. So that's now mostly what they've done is they've hijacked it to make sure that that's the left side. And what they've done is they've got these anti-immigrant side, the people that are for the England flag, the British flag, or whatever, the anti-migration people protests. What they've done is they've changed the minds of many of those people to be Zionists, to be Israel supporters. So what you have now is you have two sides of the spectrum. You have the far left and the far right. And this is all gearing up for civil war. And he does explain a lot in his videos about civil war. But he's pushing the civil war. And there will probably be a civil war. That is probably what the agenda is for both sides. They're gearing up both sides. They're trying to put agents on both sides to start the chaos, order out of chaos. So they create the chaos. And I think what they want to do is create absolute carnage where it becomes something, maybe not a civil war, but something very, very crazy going on all over the streets in Britain, and even in other countries around the world. They're gearing up for it. and they want that division, so then they can bring in, all the digital IDs and everything that they want to bring in. It's all part of the agenda. Both sides, they are playing both sides, and what they're doing, they're playing with the citizens, and it's one or the other. There's no in between. It's either one extreme or the other extreme. And what they're doing on both sides is they're trying to manipulate the minds on both sides to be more extreme left or more extreme right. So when they clash, and it becomes chaos in the streets, and that's what they want. So then they can bring in martial law. It's all part of the agenda. And people like Charlie Veitch and other people like the Tommy Robinson and all these people are pushing that agenda. They are all part of the same agenda. There are Freemasons on both sides of the spectrum. There'll be Freemason agents in this Palestine march, and there will be Freemason agents in these pro-patriot marches that Tommy Robinson's part of. And this one that's turning up on the 13th, I would advise, in my opinion, I would not go to any of these marches on the 13th, because it's a setup. And I think there might even stage arrests for Tommy and all the other people, or his name Stephen, or whatever his name is. And I think it's a setup. It is a setup. It's a massive setup, and I don't know what's going to kick off on the 13th. It could lead to civil war, or it might not. But I think it's you need to understand it is part of the agenda. He managed to you got to think, he managed to get involved with the police, this Tommy guy. He managed to get involved with the police and set this up in the middle of one of the richest cities in the world, where the elites go, in one of the most expensive streets. And there's no way that a normal person could do that unless they have connections. He definitely has connections. I just wanted to point this out. I don't want to play this video, but I'll just play this a minute.
I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, I will be following it. I want them to be confronted by ordinary Mancunians to say, no Pasaran, no more terror support, no more nonsense. That's what I want.
So it's either, if you're supporting this Palestine march, you're a far left, a leftist. You're a liberal, apparently, if you support them. Even if you support the genocide that's going on, you're a liberal. Now, I am on no side. I'm not on either side. I think they both have agendas, and they both have agents on both sides of the political spectrum. What you need to do is take your step out of the political spectrum and realise that all governments and everything in the system is created to control you, no matter what side you stay on. And this is what people struggle to understand. The amount of people that say to me, if because I think Trump is part of the globalists, is part of the agenda, is a free, and all that, is when I tell people that, and he's put there and he's part of the agenda and he's one of them, people automatically label me a lefty. And then if I say stuff like I'm against Keir Starmer, I'm against all politicians on the left side, and all these marches are traps, including this one, and I could get someone from this march saying you're far right. It's like, no, I'm neither. I'm none of them. This is why you need to step out of the system and realise that all this is there to control you, no matter what side you're on. It's basically, you're in a circle with a wall around it, and you get to choose a side of the circle that you go on, but you can't escape out the circle. It's either one side or the other. And that's how they control people. And that's what people need to understand.
I can only dream. I can only dream to get that from this group. I know. Yes. Yeah.
And what he does as well, so I mean, I'm not saying that these people here.
I always try and.
So I'm not saying that these people here are stage agents, but what you see in a lot of these protest videos that people film is you get these crazy people that look crazy. They look like, maybe like he calls them crackers and stuff, and then you've got also other people that come that maybe swear at him, call him names, and confront him, create the drama. I reckon some of them are agents as well. I think some of it is all part of the agenda. They're forced to argue with Charlie to create division again. And some of these agents, you see, some of these. There was one video I saw, and I can't remember which one it was. I'm trying to find it, but it was the pro Pally. It was it Pally STINE march. And you had these people getting arrested, and I think these people had signs up, and they weren't doing anything. They were just getting arrested, and Charlie was filming it. I think those people were agents that were deliberately getting arrested, but they weren't getting arrested. It was just for the camera, and they were agents, and they were told to get arrested in front of Charlie Veitch, who is also part of it. I think they're all working together, pretending they're against each other, and it's now happening on the streets of Britain. And I think some people, not these people, maybe not him, but I think there are some people that look crazy, and especially when you see he films a lot of people wearing balaclavas and coming up to him and swearing and trying to kick him. And there was this, he's got this bodyguard called Fred now. And there was this one guy that came up to Fred and he got kicked in the. I mean, I'm not trying to say that all of it is fake, but I think some of these people that you see wearing balaclavas in the videos might be paid agents that are part of the agenda, and they're told to be in the Charlie Veitch video to push a narrative. This is what you need to understand. And I think that pro-Pally STINE match that I can't find now, where these people were getting arrested, were agents. And there was one woman there that was talking about Charlie Veitch's shoes, saying he had nice shoes, and she was following him around, and she seemed like a crazy person. I think she was also an agent. She was put there for Charlie Veitch's video, and maybe for other people's videos that are also agents that are filming it. This is what you need to understand. It is a big network of an occult, and it is a big network. It's not just government and elite, and there are people that it's like a top-down approach. So there are people that are paid, that are part of the occult, and it is a big one. I mean, some people think it's up to 10% of the population that are in all walks of life that are put there to push the agenda, from protests to working in banks, to working even in like managers of shops and stuff like that, all the way up to the top, to the politicians and to the elites. They're all part of the occult, and it's like a top-down approach. And this is what you need to understand. And it is to push an agenda. So people like this guy,
supporting terrorism, supporting kidnapping,
and this guy with a sign here as well. You know what? You don't know if this guy that's next to this guy in the wheelchair with the sign, him, you don't know if he's an agent as well, and he's just put there on the streets of Manchester in Charlie Veitch's video as an agent to push an agenda and act like a normal citizen. So some of these people that you think are normal citizens in these videos, and they look like ordinary citizens, but then they act out and act strange and whatever, and may have big signs, and they might be wearing something crazy. They're the age that normally, if someone's acting crazy in a video, in a protest, or wearing something crazy, it's normally because they're agents and they're put there deliberately. This is what you need to understand. Thanks, guys. And I'll see you in the next video.